What's going on, guys? Flying Dutchman here. In today's video we are going to be feeding my birds, and this is the racer food again, right there. And then in this I put some roller food, roller and showbird. So in this video we'll be feeding them, and then we'll be talking a little bit afterwards. Boom, food. Let's give them a little bit more. So, now that they're feeding, maybe I'll give them a little bit more. Right there. Just to keep them hungry. Also, I got 2 eggs, but I'm 90% sure they aren't fertile, because none of my birds have been breeding at the moment. So, then there's the racer food, right here. Boom, they hungry. Okay, so, I just gave them some new water, food, and gridded them. So, I wasn't sure what to talk about today. So, one thing that I'm going to talk about is why I'm not doing videos of my birds flying. Okay, so, all the Jansons are homed, okay? But the white ones that you see are not yet homed. And the problem is if I... See, because what I like to do when I first home the birds is just open this up, this is their makeshift little, I don't know what you would call it. The thing that lets them get out. So I like to basically open that up so they could just go explore around like here, and then they go back in. But the problem is I can't open that up when they're not all homed. So they all have to be homed, and then see, because my Jansons are homed, I could go do homing videos of them, but you know, some of the other ones are not yet ready. And my rollers are difficult in the sense that, one, they don't have a trap, and 2, they're with showbirds. And that's just because this started out as my experimenting area, right? So anyway, let's get a bird here. Okay, so in yesterday's video I was talking about my favorite birds, and I didn't ever get to finish the video 100%. But, you know, I have some hybrids, and I've said that, and I honestly like my hybrids a lot, all of them, because what the thing is they are very unique, and they all are made of a good bloodline. And this guy right there is a gorgeous bird. He carries indigo. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna make this video about. So I fed the birds, and now I don't know what to say. Okay, so breeding pairs. That's what I remembered what I was gonna make the video about today. So first off, breeding pairs, I don't even have them pointed out yet, but this video will help me. So I'd like to have a purebred Dutch Capuchin set, And by doing that, this will be next year's breeding pair, by the way. So that red right there is a female. And that's a purebred Dutch Capuchin. I don't know how people like to say it anymore. And I'd like to breed her with that black male right there. Or the white male, sorry. The white male right there. And then Indian Fantail, that one right there. This guy. I'd like to breed him with probably either, I'm not sure if they're males or females yet. I might have to cross one and then breed it back to the father, but I'm not entirely sure. But then my Birminghams are going to be purebred. So, purebred Birminghams, she's a female. I'm going to breed her with him. This guy right there. And then probably breed him with that little black grizzle that you see in the grit thing. And then I'll get a purebred old German owl, or Chinese owl, I should say. And then I'd like to breed him maybe with that white grizzle, that white and red grizzle that's eating the grit too. And that's all my certain ones. Well, and they're not even certain, so I guess we'll find out closer to breeding season, because it's currently, let's see, what month is it? It's kind of hard to not know the month, or it's August, but it's hard to keep track of what time it is during the year when it's summertime. So when school starts, still going to be doing daily videos. But let's see. Oh, shout out to Racing for Christ Lofts. Yesterday's video was a great video. He got some hawks attack his young birds on their first flight, which just the luck of that, right? And yeah, so I know this loft isn't overcrowded, but some other people said that my loft was overcrowded in the other loft, in this one. And I get that. That's why I'll be selling some of my birds. I just like to get some offspring going first. Yeah. So I'm going to grab a bird so that way we could, you know, get up close and personal with some of them. Okay, so I'm going to actually do some fun facts about my birds. Because that was requested by Bradley, quote-unquote, Racing for Christ Lofts yesterday. So this right here, if I could get him. This right here is an Archangel pigeon. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, so this is my Archangel. He is, I believe he's a yearling bird, and he's not a fan. So I said we would talk about this guy right here, because he's a mutant, and, you know, I truly believe he will die, because that's just, I guess you could say, survival of the fittest, natural selection type thing. But let me tell you why I think he'll die. One, he cannot fly, and here's why. So, I'll show you he will try to fly. He just can't. His wing bones are too short. And I call him the mutant. And it's quite sad watching him, because he's a good bird, but I just don't, I got him thinking he was pretty, and come to find out he can't even fly. So, it's alright, buddy. I'll put you back in now. But yeah, he has gorgeous pearl eyes. I like this bird, but I didn't realize he couldn't fly when I got him. Or she. I believe it's a she. So yeah, sorry, I forgot you can't fly, so I kind of threw him in the thing. So, fun fact, all pigeons have the genetics for muffed legs. So muffed legs don't mean anything. Now, the West of England roller right there, and let's see, where's the other one? West of England, oh, that one right there. That is different because that's been bred to become like almost a mutation. But the muffed legs, let's see, I'll find the muff. Okay, so the muffed legs that you see in this roller right here, this is purely genetic. I mean, it is not, it's a dominant trait, so their young will have it. But it is nothing really, it doesn't affect their flying at all. Like I said, New England are an exception. It does affect their flying. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. All birds in Europe about 200 years ago had muffed legs. That was just the thing. And then over time, they kind of lost that trait, but every bird carries it. Every single bird you see carries muffed legs. And people will argue with me on that, but that's the case. I mean, every bird that exists has the trait for muffed legs. Like I said, it's a totally natural thing. I don't know about the crest, honestly. I don't know where that came from. I think it might have been a mutation that was bred. Pigeons are, a lot like dogs in the way that they are diverse. Like you look at the wolf, Canis lupus, which is the first, that's the pinnacle of the tree of life of all of the dogs. And all dogs, you look at the, like a pug, and a pug is basically a wolf. It's just mutated. Pigeons are similar, whereas these all look different, right? But the feral / common pigeon is where all of these came from. I mean, they're my racers, my rollers, all of them come from the common pigeon. And so everything you see here is just genetic diversity, selective breeding. That's something a lot of people don't usually talk about, and it's something we don't always know about. Like the homing ability of racers, we don't know a lot about it. We really don't. We think, okay, my personal beliefs is they sense magnetic fields, and that's how they navigate. Kind of like, I mean, humans can't do this, but it's similar to like you go to an address a couple of times, right? And it's just locked into your mind, like while you're driving, if you're a good driver, that is. And when you're driving, it just kind of goes from the point of a conscious thought to just you're going to that location because your brain is telling you that's where you need to go. And I think it's very similar with birds. I'm obviously not the same, but very similar. I don't know what else to talk about for this video. Let me think. Again, I need requests. I need requests for video ideas. Also, I was thinking about changing the name to the Pigeon Lifestyle, something like that. I don't know. If you have a name, I'd like to change the name from the Flying Dutchman. If not, if you don't think I should change the name, let me know. Because, honestly, the Flying Dutchman has no significance. It sounds cool. Well, I guess pigeons fly. I have Dutch capuchins, the Flying Dutchman. I don't know. My favorite bird's the Dutch capuchin. So that's, I guess that could be something, right? So I'm gonna actually grab a Dutch capuchin. Okay, so here's my favorite Dutch capuchin. And it's weird because it's like they never want to look at me. But yeah, so this one's my favorite. I don't currently have a name for her, but let me see if it's a her. I believe it is. chill. Yeah, that's a female. So this is a female Dutch Capuchin, and she's just gorgeous. She's probably my favorite Dutch Capuchin. And then I like that red and that black you see there, and then that brown. I'll definitely breed purebred Dutch Capuchins this next year. And there's a Dutch up there. And then there's some crosses. I believe they're crosses. Like this guy. Hold on. Stop. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. Okay, so he has this bird I have right here, if he'll calm down, is a cross between a Dutch Capuchin, I think. Actually, no, this is a purebred. This is one of those ones I said is a purebred of something. It just has two refined traits to not be a purebred, but I don't know what it is. I don't want to say it's a Dutch Capuchin. It might be. I'll definitely be breeding it. It has muffed legs, too. That's a male. The one, I'm talking about the one with the grizzle saddle. Let's see, I like that strawberry grizzle. The white and red grizzle, the black grizzle, and then that male black grizzle. I'll probably breed those two together, actually. Even though I believe they're related, I'm 90% sure they're related. Also, I'm going to jump back on the topic of people saying my loft is too crowded, because like I said, I agree with that. But the guy I got these from, both the rollers actually and my showbirds, all were so crowded compared to me. And I'd like to buy some Vienna high flyers and add them to my racer loft. And maybe, I know people don't like this idea, but maybe cross a racer, one that I don't really care about, with the Vienna high flyer, just because I think it'd be fascinating. But I like Vienna high flyers. I think they're a gorgeous bird, and I'm not sure exactly where to get them. Around here, it's so hard to find birds. I mean, like I say, we are a dying breed, and unless you're in Utah, there's nowhere around where it's big in where I'm from. And I'm pretty sure you guys could guess where I'm from what I've said already. But I'm not gonna say it. But not that it matters or anything. So, I think that's it for today's video, guys. If you have any more questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below. Please like this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Flying Dutchman out. Also, I might make another upload tonight. Because I had a plan for today's video, but I don't anymore. But yeah, so Flying Dutchman out. Thanks for watching.